This is the Reds POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the Cincinnati Reds. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Good morning, Reds fans, and welcome to another edition of the POSTCAST, brought to you by Locked On Reds and the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. I'm Tim Daniel, lifelong Reds fan in my second season here at Locked On, and I want to thank you for spending some time with me as we discuss the Cincinnati Reds' epic win to snap their losing streak tonight over the San Diego Padres, 5-3. On tonight's show, where the losing streak finally ends, we're going to talk about that. Sal Stewart breaks the game open with a huge home run in extra innings, and the bullpen. Yes, we don't get to do this often, but the bullpen does their job. All that and a whole lot more. Let's get to it.
This is what you'll be talking about.
It's pretty fun when you snap your losing streak the way they did tonight. And this was a game that was a battle from the jump. Chase Burns definitely didn't have his best stuff tonight by any stretch of the matter. They still won. They seem to find a way to win when Chase Burns pitches. Shout out Chase Burns tonight, by the way. We're going to talk about that. 5 1/3, 2 earned runs, 7 strikeouts, 2 walks, 6 hits. Keeps chugging along. That was awesome. There were so many things tonight where it just feels like the Reds kind of upped their game. You could tell they were almost playing desperate to win this one, and that's completely fine by me. Starting with Matt McLean has 3 stolen bases. Blake Dunn has 2 stolen bases. Dane Myers has a steal. Novi Marte has a steal. The Reds were stealing bases again, people. Can you believe it? The Reds were out there taking bases? Come on now. Our team running the bases again? What is this, 2023? All joking aside, that was awesome to see. And I thought that made a big difference, not necessarily in the game, but just like the aggressiveness was there. And that's the thing we've been really missing from this team, to see them go out there and just kind of try to create runs and try to make things happen, because we know they can't hit with runners in score positions. I gave you guys the numbers last night. They did get anywhere close to better tonight by any stretch. So they get 4 hits with runners in score position tonight, but they still left 14 on base and found a way to win. Their issues were still there, and they still found a way to win the game. And I think when you look at it that way, that tells you a whole lot about how much they really wanted to win tonight's game. And it's one of those ones that you just take there, you say like, excuse me, I'm not very used to doing games nearly at 2 a.m. It's one of these games where you can tell that they just wanted to take care of business. And it's one of those ones where they all came together, and everyone who played in this game found a way to contribute. Obviously, we'll talk about Zach Maxwell a little later in the final segment with the fact he got his first career save. But you got on the line, Blake Dunn, some unreal catches he makes to keep this game going, keep the Reds in it. JJ Bleday only had 1 hit tonight. Sal Stewart obviously with the homer, which we'll talk about a little more in a second. Nathaniel Lowe, 2 walks. Dane Myers comes in and pitches and get a hit. You saw guys struggle. Spencer Steer for 6 with 3 strikeouts. Eugenio Suarez has 3 strikeouts, though does have go-ahead run that he hits in the extra innings. And then Matt McLean with 2 walks, Tyler Stevenson with 2 hits, and it was a really fun game. So Gino kind of has a clutch hit, and I got a text from Everydayer Dave during the game. He was like, man, I hope he gets going soon. I was like, yeah, I'm right there with you. And we talked about contributing some money to get him back in the batting cages a little bit more. But tonight, when they needed it the most, he found a way to get a hit. And of course, San Diego ties it up in the next half inning because of the darn old stupid Rob Manfred rule, as most call it. And I know there's some people who really like it. I do not. So they go out there and tie it, and then Sal Stewart does his thing. So big win for the Redlegs. Absolutely phenomenal performance. And let's get to the turning point.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
Well, it's good to know that my internet is not being terrible tonight, because I was very nervous about that. I kept going in and out during the game. But Sal Stewart's 2-run home run in the 11th inning puts the Reds ahead, and they don't look back. It's one of those things where Sal Stewart had 1 hit tonight and 2 walks, so there's not a whole lot to kind of dive into there, but I thought it was another night where we saw Sal Stewart being aggressive, making the game come to him. Wins some ABS challenges, draws 2 walks, that home run, obviously going against Manny Machado, who as they mentioned multiple times, his childhood hero. So that's also really cool to see. And you're still nervous, right? Because they got to go out there and get the last 3 outs of the game. So you don't know if they can pull that off. So Sal Stewart coming up big there. Really nice to see for them. Absolutely needed it. Shout out to Sal. And hopefully that's what gets them going. Hopefully that gets Sal Stewart back as well. This is the time when the Reds need it the most. So we'll see how things go from here. And then Williams does it here. The catch from Blake Dunn could also be a turning point in this game. So, that keeps the Reds in it, gives the Reds a chance to win the game. But they, Blake Dunn is my GOAT from All Sports Takes. That's pretty funny. Yeah, he's just been something else, right? The fact that he's going out there and just winning the leadoff spot and winning center field every day. An outfield spot every day. I'm really impressed with how much Blake Dunn's done. I was very wrong on Blake Dunn. I did not think that this was going to be the case, and he was awesome as well. And then William talks about Sam Mall as well with the big strikeout to take us to extras, which leads us to talking about the bullpen here and how good the bullpen was tonight. We're going to talk about that more right after this. But first, this episode is brought to you by 5 Hour Energy. If you've got a sweet tooth like I do you know how tough it is to find that perfect treat without all the sugar? That's why Cotton Candy 5 Hour Energy Shot brings that nostalgic flavor back in a whole new way. This is a classic cotton candy taste you remember, but with a tasty caffeine boost and 0 sugar. It's a quick, easy way to satisfy that sweet craving while keeping things simple and on the go. I've always loved cotton candy, but I can't be eating sweets all day. This is a perfect alternative. The flavor really does bring back that throwback fruity vanilla vibe, and it's surprisingly smooth. I like how convenient it is too. It's just a small portable shot I can grab whenever I need a little pick-me-up. It's become my go-to when I want something sweet without going overboard. Bring the sweetness with Cotton Candy 5 Hour Energy Shots, available online now or at Amazon. Want to show some love to our everydayers as we discuss an epic Reds win tonight. Thank you so much for spending some time with me and staying up with me. It's nearly 2 a.m. on the East Coast, and I still have my people here chatting about this game with me as well. And please be sure to also join the Everydayer Club if you are here. The Everydayer Club is really fun. You get access to ad-free episodes of all your favorite teams on Locked On, all your favorite hosts. You have access to our Discord chat as well. $5 a month, $50 a year. It's the place to be. And an X factor for the game tonight, the bullpen.
It's time to reveal who made the biggest under-the-radar impact with today's X Factor.
How does a night like tonight happen where the Reds not only get a win, the Reds have a fight through the game where it's a battle? It's a really well-played baseball game. But the bullpen comes through. Chase Burns goes 5 1/3. Brock Burke goes out there and gets an unreal double play behind him. Gets out of the inning. Then goes on a good pitch. Caleb Ferguson only throws 3 pitches. Doesn't matter. Takes care of business. Feel like they've used him a lot less than they probably should since he's come back from the IL. Tony Santillan goes out there and gets 3 outs. Guys, if Tony Santillan's going out there, it wasn't a clean inning per se. Does have 2 hits, but gets 3 outs without giving up a run. That things are different. Sam Mall, 2 huge strikeouts as well. And TJ Antone, I know, gives up the ghost runner, so it doesn't go against his ERA. That's a hard thing to do. Gets his first one of the year. Think about that. TJ Antone got the win tonight. And that's not like a wow, TJ Antone. That is a how awesome is it that TJ Antone got a win tonight in a game like this? Because you guys hear me talk about all the time just how amazing it is alone that he is pitching in the big leagues. And then Zach Maxwell comes out and gets his first big league save. It's one of these days where, sometimes your guys step up and get their job done. And tonight they did exactly that. They made sure that they didn't give this game up. The one run the bullpen gives up is not even an earned run. It's the whole ghost runner rule. And they had to cover 5 2/3 innings tonight. And they give up just the 1 run. They give up just 2 walks, and they have 6 strikeouts as a unit. Most importantly, they kept the ball in the field in the stadium tonight. No homers given up. The only homer hit the whole game was Sal Stewart. So that's really, really nice to see. Let's talk about a few more things here before we roll out of here. Yes, we do know now Chase Burns has allowed 2 runs or fewer in a career high 10 straight starts. I talked about that last week. Did hear from some Pirates fans who were very mad at me for my take, but I stand on business. I said what I said, and I'm not backing down. Chase Burns is the man. And let's dive a little bit more into his start while we're here, because this is the kind of thing you're starting to see with him, where obviously how well he's pitching. And you're starting to see that things are just different with him now. He's not always going to have his best stuff. He's not always just going to go out there, reel back, throw 103 past you, and and just roll with it. Some days he's going to have to kind of have days where he's going to have to figure out how to get people out, and he did that tonight. He wasn't perfect. He wasn't bad. I wouldn't say he was awful by any stretch of the matter. I thought he was actually very good. But it's one of those nights where he can't just rely on straight gas to get people out. He's got to do different things. He barely used his changeup tonight. I thought that was interesting. Normally in one of his bigger pitches that he uses, he just kind of roll with it. It was a 2-pitch pitcher tonight. Got a lot of big outs. I'm such a big fan of his. If he's not getting recognition and hardware for his hard work in this season, then I don't know how you can manage to have a baseball team and have Major League Baseball as well. I mentioned the stolen bases. I'm not saying we got to go this crazy with it every night, but it was really nice to see. It was really nice to see them put pressure on the Padres and just try to create more opportunities with runs, try to push the limits, go out there. I mean, Matt McLean had 3 steals tonight. Brings him up to 10. I never thought I'd see a day where a Reds player that wasn't named Ellie De La Cruz has 3 steals. And Blake Dunn had 2 as well. And, obviously Blake Dunn's pretty darn fast as well. And a lot of people seem to think he could beat Ellie De La Cruz in a race. Maybe he could. You guys know how I feel about Dane Myers. Just seems like he's just a solid ball player. And his at-bat tonight falls down 0-2, gets a base hit. Big Dane Myers guy, and I feel like he's earned the keeps, and he's been really good. Now it seems like they've kind of figured out their outfield. I'm not going to go ahead and say they're awesome by any stretch of the matter, but things are kind of falling in line there, and I think that's the part that I love the most. They only had 2 extra base hits tonight, and they both were in extras. You've got the Gino double that brings in the go-ahead run, the 10th, and the Sal Stewart homer. So big day for the Reds. Shout out to them. Just can't believe the win they had. It's been nice to see. And I am somehow still awake. I am not a night owl. I don't know how people do this, but I'm working on it. But regardless, the Reds are winners tonight against the San Diego Padres 5-3. The Reds have 5 runs on 8 hits and no errors. The Padres have 3 runs on 12 hits and 1 error. TJ Antone is your winning pitcher. He is now 1-0 on the season. Yuki Matsui gets his first loss of the year, and Zach Maxwell gets his first save of the year. And tomorrow, the Reds are back at it at 4:10 p.m. Eastern time before they come home for a series with the Diamondbacks. The Reds will be sending Brady Singer to the hill. He is 2-6 with a 5.89 ERA. He will be going against Michael King, who is 4-5 with a 3.41. So you'll see me around 7-ish or so. Everyone, thank you so much. Thank you so much for having your adrenaline, as you guys say, on the show. Get me through here. Get me going for a late show. It's like I'm back on Late Night Reds again. I kind of enjoy it. But thank you all again. I'm Tim Daniel. Please be sure to stay tuned in for Jeff and Steve on Locked On Reds. Go Reds. I'll see you tomorrow.